Recording.
So when a buyer walks into their local Walmart, Best Buy, or Staples, and they pick up the box for a new computer, and they look at the back of the box, they might see words like CPU, RAM, gigahertz, clock speed. But what does any of this mean for the average consumer? What does any of this mean for somebody who just wants a fast and reliable and efficient computer? The best way for me to explain some of these components to you is compare them to the human body. I'll be briefly discussing three components: CPUs, RAM, and long-term storage. So to begin with, we'll start with our central processing unit, or CPU, or often referred to as just a processor. These are much like the brain. They process all your major tasks, and the better your processor, the more efficient everything's going to run. Just like the faster your brain can process, the faster you will run. Processors are measured in gigahertz. The more gigahertz, the better. Who would have thunk it? They generally range anywhere from 1.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz respectively. Again, more, better. They also come in a few different flavors: dual core, quad core, 6 core, and I think they're even up to 8 core now with some of the higher end ones. More cores means you can process more. Dual cores are great for things just like word processing and basic tasks, whereas 6 cores are more for things like video editing and photo editing. Next is random access memory, or RAM, as you'll see it most of the time. RAM is very similar to our short-term memory. It's for things, tasks, just like web browsing with multiple tabs. Only keeps the information stored long enough for you to come back to it and look at it. RAM is measured in storage and speed. Speed I wouldn't concern yourself with. As long as it's compatible with your motherboard and CPU, you shouldn't have any problems, and if it's in a pre-built, you definitely won't have problems. However, you want to look at storage. It ranges anywhere from 256 megabytes, as I've seen, up to 32 megabytes in a stick, or excuse me, gigabytes in a stick. More storage is better. My ideal minimum for most computers is 8 gigabytes. However, you can get by with 4 for basic processes, but anything less than that, your computer is going to be slow and inefficient. Lastly is long-term storage. Bet you guys can't guess what this is like. This is long-term memory. So you got two options for these: hard drives, or HDDs, or solid state drives, or SSDs. Hard drives tend to be more affordable. You have a lot more storage options. However, they tend to run a little bit slower than solid state drives, and they can be prone to mechanical failure, seeing as there's moving parts. I will say, however, I personally have a 1 terabyte hard drive in my system. Very reliable, hasn't gone out on me yet. I've had it about 2 years. And then you've got solid state drives, or SSDs. Solid state drives are a lot faster, and I use these for my operating system. Boots up in less than 5 seconds. It's fantastic. There's also no possibility of mechanical failure because it basically acts like one big flash drive. However, they tend to be more expensive, and you tend to get less storage per dollar. So now, when one of you guys walks into a computer store and you look at the back of a box for your new laptop, you might know a fraction of what it's talking about.
Right.